How you doing? Here's a new episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club. I can talk well. Yes, kitten. There's a kitten just yowling at me. He's not really a kitten anymore. He's like 14 years old, but he's really mouthy right now. Um, yeah, you. But yeah, tonight's episode, I have a curiosity that I'm interested in, and I'm gonna show it to you guys in a second. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened with the with my phone. It edited the title for these. So instead of just saying gin dot 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 and the rest of what I was going to talk about, it said gin dot dot gina dot dot dot. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why I did that. This is not that kind of show. So he's obviously upset about it, as you can tell. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try and fix that. But if you see that and you're just like, gin gina, I'm not trying to make a sexist joke. I am not trying to do something like that. I just my phone added something in there. It does weird things like that sometimes. Like it'll think when I'm doing ellipsis, which is three dots, that it needs to replace that last dot with something else. And in this case, it must have thought I was trying to type something else with GIN in it. And so it chose Gina or Gina. Maybe it's Gina. I don't know. That's a little bit more family friendly, I think. But anyway, what do I have? I have gin endorsed by Def Leppard. If you don't know who Def Leppard is, they're a band primarily from the '80s, part of the metal crowd, the hair metal rock crowd, and they're still kicking, still doing things. They just finished up a big like arena concert series not too long ago with like Motley Crue and some other people. I don't know. I don't really listen to most of these people. Like I grew up in the '80s, but I'm not a big hair metal guy or hair metal rock or hair rock or whatever. I don't know what it even is. I don't listen to it much. Some of it is okay, and some most of it's not my bag. But the band they endorse these gins, and another person in my household is super huge into these gins, so I got them for her, even though she's not a big gin drinker either. But there's two of them. There's Animal, London Dry Gin. Of course, Animal is a Def Leppard song. I'm not super familiar. I've heard a bunch of their songs because she listens to them pretty regular, but I'm still not like super familiar with the catalog, so I couldn't name like what that song is right off the bat. And it is a classic gin, big and bold, heavy with juniper, lemon, and botanicals. Okay. That one they've had out for a little while ago. I guess this one is newer. This is Rocket Premium Distilled Gin, and I have heard their song Rocket, and I know that one. That one's one of their big ones, and I could probably I'm not going to sing it for you, but I could tell what it is. And this one says it has the intense flavors of lavender backed by juniper and or herbaceous tones. Herbaceous tones. So, and they are both a product of Sweden, distilled from grain. So, interesting. Interesting. They're both 80 proof, 40% alcohol per volume. These two together were to order. I had to order them. I ordered them from craftshack.com. I've ordered other things from them before. Primarily, they do craft beers, but they also do liquor. And they had these in a bundle for, I believe, $69.99, something in that range. So that would put each bottle roughly at about $35 a piece, give or take, a few cents here and there. So that's not bad, actually. That's not too bad for a celebrity endorsed spirits product. So, and there is a distinct color difference. You can't really tell from where you're sitting as much, but I'm going to see if you guys can see it. The Animal is a bit more blue, like more silvery, whereas the Rocket here is warmer looking and more bronzy. It's just a tone. They're both still clear spirits, but interesting. So first off, We're gonna try the animal. I've got an ice cube in there, nicely chilled. It smells like gin. It smells distinctly of lemon. So a lot of lemon going on there, maybe heavy on the lemongrass. Hard to say for sure. Very distinctly, though, heavy on the botanicals. So, so let's see what this is like. And that one has a bite to it almost immediately. It has an immediate bite straight to the back of the throat. Definitely really heavy on the herbal lemony taste. Very heavy on the lemongrass. Or I've heard other people say that perhaps it's lemon balm. I didn't realize that lemon balm was an actual plant and not just like what they made it into, which is what they put on your lips, lemon balm. So, but very heavy on that lemony flavor. Um, Not bad. It's not terrible. Um, it it starts off like kind of strong, and then it settles nicely. Um, yeah, it's not bad. I feel like that would be a good complement to um, a normal dry martini. I have not made one yet with my vermouth, but I plan to sometime in the near future. I'm not really a big direct gin drinker, but as far as gins go, that's not bad. And I've had a little bit of a cough for the past week or two. It's not like any kind of virus or anything like that. It's just I think it's dry in the air around here, and it did rain a little bit yesterday, but not enough. So it's a little dry in my house. It's been drying me out. So that is the Animal London Dry Gin, and the labels are pretty nice too. I mean, you can see it's got clearly the Def Leppard logo and everything, and it's got a cheetah or a jaguar of some kind. Probably a cheetah. Might be a jaguar. I don't know. Maybe it's a creative license, like it's supposed to resemble either one of those. And Rocket, of course, has a rocket on the label, but both very nice. Simple but effective. Def Leppard holographic thing up at the top. Ooh. So the next one is the Rocket Premium Distilled Gin. This one is supposed to taste like lavender and juniper and things. And juniper is kind of common in botanicals for gins, so I've been finding out. So let's see what that one does. Now that one does not have that initial bit of bite right off the bat. It is very, very flavorful and it gets really bitter. Not terribly bitter, but it gets bitter as it settles. And there definitely is a lot of lavender taste in there. I'm not a big lavender fan either. So it's not really to my taste. But I know lavender is a popular, people make lavender liqueur drinks and things, I guess, all the time for like high class tea parties and things like that. It's like a big European thing. So interesting, very interesting, much smoother than the first one. It does stand out. They definitely taste different. You wouldn't confuse the two. They're not going to be like, oh, well, it's Def Leppard gin, so every gin tastes the same. No, they're definitely different, and they are different from the other gins that I've had. One of which is the Botanist, which the Botanist is a lot more spiky and a lot more heavy in the mouthfeel. And so, yeah, not bad. They're not bad at all, and for the price, being not bad at that price point for a gin is actually pretty good, I would imagine. Um, I don't know how it stacks up to something like Bombay Sapphire or something like that. I have not had Bombay Sapphire in a very long time because I generally don't buy gins usually. I usually get the Botanist for mixing. And this was just like one of those one off, like, interesting, curiosity kind of things. So I'm kind of interested to see how that will all stack up. But they are, like I said, distinctly different. I think I prefer the Rocket out of the two because it's smoother. It seems to go down a little bit easier. It doesn't have that bite in the back of the throat. Since I'm kind of fighting off this dryness cough, it it helps not to aggravate that too much as opposed to the first one. But neither one of them are bad. And like I said, they average out to about 34, 35 a piece in American dollars. And that was to order with all the taxes and imports to get them here in Canton, Ohio. So if you are a gin drinker or if you're just a rock memorabilia collector and you are interested, you can get the Def Leppard gin, the Animal London Dry Gin, and the Rocket Premium Distilled Gin. You can get both of those currently at craftshack.com. We are not affiliated with them. They're not sponsoring us. Neither they probably have no idea I'm making this video, so no big deal. No harm, no foul. But I have used them before for different purchases, and yeah, they're pretty effective, and they usually ship out. These shipped out absurdly quick. I started ordering things a lot during when everything was locked down over the last couple of years, when the initial brace of things where you can't get into stores and you can't get into this and you can't get into this. So I ordered a lot of alcohol, like you do, and Craft Jack was one of the ones they ordered from, and it was a little slow. Yeah, they have been known to be a little slow with certain items, but this was very quick. It was only a few days between when I ordered it and when it showed up at the door by FedEx. Um, Always remember, if you order alcohol through the mail, you do have to sign for it. Somebody has to be there who's of age to receive it. You may have to show ID depending on how you look. So, but it's been pretty effective for me. I've ordered a lot of things. I generally order from Blackwell's out in California. Blackwell's Wine and Spirits is an excellent, excellent resource. They may have this too. I don't know. I don't know how much they get into the celebrity stuff, but craftshack.com for the Def Leppard gin. And yeah, you can't beat it for 35 a piece. It's really not that bad for a celebrity endorsed product. I prefer the Rocket versus the Animal. So take that for what it is. Okay. So that being the case, I'm going to take another sip of this one. I'm going to bid you on your way. Okay. So till next time, cheers. Surprisingly good. Surprise.